You're listening to The Megan Werner Show on brandlive.co.za. To book Megan, go to www.meganwerner.co.za now.
Hello and welcome to the Megan Werner Show. So today is an experience you'd really want to see, because today there is a 15-year-old author and, better than that, a 9-year-old author in studio. So today I've got Stacey Fru in studio. Now let me quickly tell you a little bit more about Stacey. She has a campaign for safety and security for children. She has her own TV show, which is online, which is CTV SA. And then she's also got 2 published books. She wrote her first book at the age of 7 and then published it when she was 8. And her second one when she was 9. So welcome, Stacey.
Welcome. Thank you, sorry.
Well, Stacey, first of all, I'd just like to know, what inspired you to write your book?
What inspired me is my passion of reading and writing, and how I love reading and writing so much, and also to inspire children.
Wow, that's very cool. So, your first book is called Smelly Cats,
Yes.
right? And then your second book is Bob and the Snake.
Yes.
So, what is Smelly Cats about?
Smelly Cats is about 2 cats called Mark and Mac who go to the same school for 6 years. And during this period of time, they fight a lot for friends, because each cat gets their own period of time to be lonely. So they fight a lot, and they also get in lots of trouble, and yeah.
Wow. So, what is the moral of that story?
The moral is that life is not a bed of hatred, and you fight a lot to hate.
Wow, guys. So please remember that this is coming from a 9-year-old author, and she was only 7 years old when she wrote this book. So up to your next book, Bob and the Snake. What is
Yes.
that about?
Well, Bob and the Snake is about this boy who is really in love with snakes, and he knows everything about snakes: how to take care of a snake, how to feed a snake, how to play with a snake. And he overheard his parents talking about getting a snake for Bob's birthday. And Bob is so excited, so he goes out and tells his friends. And he's also having a birthday party. And his birthday party, they have lots of fun. They play, swim, and then he has an after party, which was new and he didn't know about himself. So he has the after party, and he gets a bit lonely because everybody's just talking about how the snake's gonna be, not worrying about Bob himself. And as he is worrying too much, he gets sad, and one of his best friends, Greg, come up to talk to him and cheer him up, and the cheer works. And then Bob also tells Greg a secret that I'm only gonna reveal in the next book, Bob and the Snake 2. And a few weeks after his birthday party, his parents decide to take the snake away because they can't afford the snake anymore. And the snake was growing too big and eating too much food. And Bob got angry with this and ran away to Greg's house. Greg's parents didn't know that Bob was running away from his house, so they were having a great time together. And while Greg's mom was driving home from work, she saw a poster saying "Missing Child Bob," and she went home and immediately took Bob to the police station, the nearest police station, where the police sorted him out.
Wow, okay. So, where do you get your inspiration for these amazing stories?
I get my inspiration from the smiles of so many people that I've seen, and just how much I'm inspiring children to write books.
Wow, that's very cool. And then last thing I just quickly want to ask about your Bob and the Snake is, what is the moral of that story?
The moral of Bob and the Snake is that you should never disrespect your parents, because your parents know what is right, and they are only doing these things to protect you and them from any danger.
Wow. So the next book we already know you're writing is Bob and the Snake 2. And
No, it's Smelly Cat's on Vacation. It's a follow-up from Smelly Cats. And the fourth book, it's a new series, Tim's Answer. The fifth book is Lucy and Luna. And the sixth book is, it's Bob and the Snake 2.
wow. Okay, so far you're planning on writing 4 more books, and which is in total 6 books.
Yes.
Yeah? Are you planning on spending a career on writing? Do you want, when you get older, do you want to write, or would you want to do something else as well?
When I'm older, I'd love to continue writing, and I'd also like to become a doctor.
Wow. So you're going to inspire your clients with your stories.
Yes.
That's very cool. So what do you like writing about?
I love writing about fiction because it's very imaginative. Yeah.
So yeah, I also like writing fiction, but I don't publish those books because at this moment I do self-help, inspiring people by giving them advice by true stories. So, but fiction is also amazing because it lets your imaginary go wild.
Yeah.
So do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 3 siblings.
Okay, so which is sisters or brothers?
2 brothers and 1 sister.
And what do they all say about your work?
My older brother is very supportive, and he helps me collect money for my books that I sell. My little sister, she's also very supportive, and now she's also writing her own book.
Oh wow.
Yes. And my baby brother, he's supportive, like
But he's still young and a
Yeah.
baby. Yeah, cool. That's so cute of your older brother helping you to get money. And your friends at school, what do they?
and they are I don't really talk about my book that much at school, but when they bring it up I will talk about it. But school is school and my book is my book, so
Yes, also 2 different departments because
Yes.
I found that when I try to share with my friends about my book, some of them would be very mean, and they just like, how can I say it, scratch it off, can I say, pretend that like nothing's happened. They wouldn't even say. Some friends which now aren't the real friends, I think that's how you know which are your real friends and not. They just don't bother to say congratulations or anything. So many achievements the children at school don't know about because sometimes it feels like they don't care about that. But then you get the friends that are very supportive, and I think those are the ones you'd like to keep. So we just quickly going into an ad break, and then we'll be back.
Megan Verne is South Africa's dynamic young speaker who shows her skills in areas of assisting attendees to realize their potential through showing them what is possible if you believe in yourself and take charge of your destiny. No matter the age or size of her audience, from 5 to 5,000 people, Megan touches a chord with her honest outlook and natural frankness. She has spoken to corporate staff meetings to lift team morale. Trainers use Megan within their sessions to add another dimension to their presentations, and her talks take people out of their comfort zones and encourage them to look at the way they approach their lives and work relationships differently. Megan is often sponsored by corporates to speak at schools around the country as part of their CSI initiatives. Visit www.meganverner.co.za now.
So welcome back to the Megan Werner Show. So now we've got Stacey Fru's mom, Victoria, in studio. Welcome.
Hi, Megan and Stacey. How are you?
Fine.
Fantastic, thank you. So I just like to ask, as a mother, how do you feel about your daughter writing books?
I feel exactly the same way your parents feel. How do your parents feel, Megan?
I'm sure my parents are extremely proud of me. They've told me
Yes.
that so many times, and often we don't get such young authors writing books, etc. So I think it's also a huge inspiration. But I got my inspiration from my parents that wrote their books. So I think it's a very big inspiration for other kids as well that write books. Stacey, I just like to come back to what you said before the ad. You said that your sister is also writing a book. Do you know what that is
Yes.
about?
Well, she said it's called Shoe Boy, and a few days ago, when she was like on the third sentence, as she saved it and went to go eat dinner, when she came back, all her work was gone. We don't know
Oh.
what happened. We tried to get her back. It didn't work, and so she's starting again.
Oh, greatness. I've also had that same experience, but
Me too.
actually it's a good thing because then you have to think, you kind of know what you wrote, but then you have to think of new stories as well. So
Yeah,
that,
I've had it happen to me twice. Smelly Cat,
Wow.
my baby brother deleted it.
no.
Lucy and Luna, while my dad was transferring windows, my work was gone. Well,
And then you have to do all that work again.
yeah.
And people think it's not a lot of work writing, but it can be. And it can also be quite tiring if you don't know what you want to write next.
Yeah.
What you want to write next. So what do you do when you have a writer's blog? Like, what I mean by that is when you get out of stories, or do you ever get out of stories?
Yes, I do most of the time because sometimes my mind just goes blank thinking about other things.
Yes.
I'm like focusing on my academic badge that I really want to achieve this year. Yeah.
Wow. So you also setting goals from a very young age.
Yes.
What other goals do you have?
And to work hard so I can get a really high grade before I go to grade 7. To get over 90% this year. And
Wow.
yeah, to get my academic badge and to write more books.
And would you say there's a lesson out of that goal that you have?
Well, the academic badge is for children who get over 80% for each term, and if you get more than 80%, that means like you're super smart and
Like
Yeah.
you.
yes, and you're so ready for grade 6.
Yes, well, what I've just learned about your how high you're aiming is reach for the moon and you might fall in between the stars, and I
Yes.
think that's really inspiring.
Yes.
Wow. And
Thank you.
doesn't all your other things that you do, like your campaign that you're running, your TV show, and your book writing, doesn't that interfere with your academic?
No, because I plan my schedule quite hard. Before we started school, my mom told me to make a whole new times table with 1 hour of studying something each day. Like I do maths on Monday, English on Tuesdays, natural science on Wednesdays, social science on Thursday. On Friday, I have religious education. On Saturday, just goes up to Friday.
Wow. Guys, listen to this. A 9-year-old planning her schedule like a professional person. Isn't this amazing? But you are professional, of course. But as a 9-year-old, I just used to play outside and do my homework late at night. I still sometimes do that, but wow, Stacey, you're so organized.
Yeah, that also happens sometimes to me because as I'm too busy studying to get my academic badge, I also do some of my homework at night before I go to bed, and I'm also focusing of getting my first reading log in the whole intermediate phase because, yeah.
Wow. So, you can...
No, I wanted to say she's working very hard, but she's also a very hard player. Stacey plays a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's important because that's a part of children, and you can't take that away because you're only grade 6. There will be lots of time to study in universities and high school.
Yeah.
What are your plans for high school?
My plans for high school is to learn French there, and also to get a really high distinction so I can go overseas to study.
You're saying you're going to study doctors, right?
Yes.
Is there something specific you want to do, like operations or just...
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
Okay, so back to the writer's block, where you don't know what you want to write. How do you find your inspiration back again? Or do you just wait for it to come back, your imagination basically to come back, can I say?
Well, when I'm too busy, my imagination is gone. So when I'm relaxed, it comes back to me. Like when we went to this place my mom took me to last Sunday with my mom's friend, and we were learning about loving other people, and he took us to the park where we played and relaxed a lot, and that's where my some of my inspiration comes and my imagination.
Wow. I know if I'm in a writer's block, I look around me because we're so fortunate about the surroundings, and often we think, oh, I've got a bad life, but we don't realize how fortunate we actually are.
Yeah.
So do you like doing charity work?
Yes. I have 2 charities that I'm supporting. One's Mohau Family Home. I forgot the other one, but there's 2 charities that I support, and my dad's also thinking about giving the healthcare workers their trainings, because my mom and dad also do trainings on health and other stuff.
Wow. This is so inspiring.
Thank you.
Often people will tell me how inspiring it is for a 13-year-old author. I'm now 15, but how inspiring that is. But listen to this, a 7-year-old to 9-year-old author, which is really inspiring. So do you like going places? Is there any certain places you like going?
I like going to Durban. I don't really like the beach that much, but I like spending time with my family, not in our usual surroundings, because sometimes it gets boring.
Yeah, it can get boring. I know what you mean, but I love when we as a family go out and do things, but I really love the honesty. But it can get boring, but as a family we do very adventurous things, and I love going outdoors. Do you?
Yes, I do. I also like swimming, but I don't really like swimming at school because they make you do laps of stuff you don't want to.
Yes, and it's only fun until you have to do it. Then it doesn't become fun anymore. I also love swimming. Like I've now started athletics because I came third in the 800 meters that I've never done, but now they're giving us all this training, which is necessary, but it can get, how can I say, very hard if that's not exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
also last year I was in the team for 1,200 because I came third for the trials. I didn't mean to come third, but just happened.
Exactly the same with me. I just wanted to see where I can get, and then I came third, and then they wanted me in the team, and then it's like, oh, how far? So we're just gonna take another quick ad, and we'll be back.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.bstownmedia.co.za.
Okay, welcome back to the Megan Werner Show. So, as you know, we've got Stacey Fru, a 9-year-old author with 2 published books
Yes.
in studio. So, Stacey, I just want to ask you, what would your advice be to other people wanting to write books?
I would never give up. If you want to follow your dream, it can also be doing something like winning a dance competition or going overseas. And I wouldn't want to stop you from your dream if your dream is anything, but I also want to say education is very important. And without education, we would be going nowhere. I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. All of us wouldn't be here. And no one in the world would have been successful without education, like Bill Gates and Oprah Winfrey. And so my message is that education is the key to success, and you should just keep on going.
Wow, this is so inspirational. A 9-year-old telling you never to give up, and that you've learned this lesson from such a young age.
Yes.
I know I get it often when people say, well, what can I get from a 14-year-old, or what life
Yeah.
lessons can I learn from a 14-year-old? But often we just need to see things from a different perspective. So your advice would be never to give up, and that education is the key, and not necessarily like school education, but
Yeah.
any education where you learn something. I've heard a quote that says, a day without learning something is a day wasted, because every day you need to learn new things.
Yeah.
So if people want to get your books, where can they find it?
You can order it on my website, staceyfru.co.za. You can also order it on my Facebook and Twitter at Stacey Fru, and it's at Scoob's Bookshop, Monte Casino only. And I will be having a workshop on the 3rd or 4th, on the 4th of March at a conference center, 181 College Drive, where I'll also be selling my books and doing a workshop, my mom and I.
Okay, and what will your workshop be about?
Mine will be for kids, and my mom's will be for parents, because my mom writes on parenting. So I will just try and give the children a bit more creativity and let them give orals about themselves, and also write poems. But like if they're very young, I will also do some fun plays and mimes and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's very important for children to play.
Yeah.
So your book we can find on your webpage, which is staceyfru.co.za.
Yes.
Stacey spelled Stacey, Fru, Fru.
Yes.
.co.za. Cool, fantastic. And then your Facebook and Twitter is at Stacey Fru,
Yes.
right? Okay, and then just to cover it again, your thing is at the 4th of March.
Yes.
Your
Workshop.
workshop. Sorry, that was the word I'm looking for. Where is that?
At 181 College Drive. Joburg.
181 College Drive.
Yes.
Johannesburg. Can I add in there? It's at the Profound Conference Center.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
From
so
what
cool.
time? I think it's from 2 p.m. 2 to 6, 2
But
to 4 p.m.
I'm sure the information will be
on the website.
on the website.
Yeah.
And then not only children that you inspire almost everybody, all the adults, everybody.
Yes.
So I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me at my
Thank you.
show. And I'll see you guys or hear from you guys next month, Tuesday. Cool.
Okay.
Enjoy your month. Bye.
Bye.
You have been listening to The Megan Werner Show on brandlive.co.za.
Catch her again on the first Tuesday of every month.
www.meganwerner.co.za.